It is the graduation speech that is the talk of the nation. Massachusetts English teacher David McCullough Jr. told Wellesley High School grads 9 times, "You're nothing special." Well, a lot of folks love the honesty, but others say it's a bit of a downer and wrong for the occasion, certainly.
His speech was for them.
You've been nudged, cajoled, wheedled, and implored. You've been feted and fawned over and called sweetie pie. Yes, you have. But do not get the idea you're anything special, because you're not. Selflessness is the best thing you can do for yourself. The sweetest joys of life, then come only with the recognition that you're not special.
You're not special. Well, joining us now, Dr. Gregory Prince from Potomac, who recently delivered the graduation speech at Rockville High School and at Dixie College, which is his alma mater. And Dr. Prince, thanks for coming in. And I got a chance to look over your speech, and you seem to be saying exactly the opposite thing from this fella.
Well, when you have a special needs child, which our son who graduated from Rockville High he's autistic and age 22, you realize not only that the kids with the special needs are special, but the other kids are as well.
So your reaction when you heard about this speech?
Well, I listened to the whole thing today, and if you stay through the whole 12 minutes of it, you can see that he's got the right idea towards the end, but that's not the way that I would have approached it.
Really? Yeah. Well, was there anything wrong with the way he approached it? And I say that because the email I've been getting is people say, good, it's about time somebody told these kids, you know, they're used to getting trophies for everybody on the soccer team, whether they won or not. That's what the problem is with these young people today, that sort of thing.
Well, what bothered me the most, not just the way that he said it, is that he seems to be saying that we're in a race and everybody is in the same race and only one person gets to the finish line and is declared the winner. You realize, particularly if you have a special needs child, that winning the race for them is working up to their capacity, whatever it is. But I think that holds across the board as well. In that sense, we're all special needs people and special needs students. And what you want to do is to get each student to develop to the full measure of his or her capability and not put them on some standardized grid.
Yeah, I think also, though, isn't he right, at least to some extent, when he says you've been coddled and cajoled and you've been told that you're special when you haven't done anything?
You want to motivate them, but there are various ways of motivating them, and sometimes lifting them up may be a little bit better than whacking them on the rear end.
Yeah. Now, you mentioned your own relationship with your son and how he inspired you to talk about the things that you felt were important. What did you bring special to your graduation speech because of your son and what he was dealing with?
Well, I told the students at Rockville High that I was giving 2 speeches to 2 constituencies. One was the bulk of the graduates who have been remarkable, not only in their own performance, but particularly in the way that they have dealt with our son Madison and with the other special needs students there. The other message was to the special needs students and to their needs as they go through life, and exhorting the other graduates, watch out for these folks because this is going to determine what kind of society you are.
You know, it was interesting to me as I read through your speech, you noted that in past times, like when you and I were in high school, we would never have had to deal with them because people like that were shut away.
Out of sight.
Yeah. So you, in a way, this group is more special than others in the past have been.
Unquestionably. Their ease around people with special needs is just remarkable, and we saw it in our 2 older children as they developed and as they brought their younger sibling along, and their peers as well. They were just remarkable in their inclusiveness.
So as a person who's dealt with the young people of today on a continuing basis, how do you feel about them as a group, I guess, is my question.
I love them. I think they have some sensitivities that we didn't have in my generation. I'm 64, a little bit older than you. And I think that there is a terrific future out there, but they've got to be careful because it is a level global playing field.
So they've got to work at it, but they can indeed be special.
They've got to work hard, but they've got the tools.
All right. Dr. Gregory Prince from Potomac, thank you so much for joining us today. We appreciate it. Great conversation. And I want to note that we want to give you an idea of just how this story has gone virtual. So we built a Storyfy presentation. That's a website that allows users to gather and design content from the web. Right here, we've got a link to the actual speech. On Twitter, Tim Murphy said, good advice, sober, but still inspiring. Dan calls McCullough a genius. He says, great speech with truth. On Facebook, we found a post that says, quote, this is by far the best and most honest speech I've ever heard, end of quote. And another person took the quote, climb the mountain so you can see the world, not so the world can see you, and turned it into a graphic. That's a quote from the speech, we should note. All right.